on trying, you'll come around. I'm wearing you down. And when your nose turn into babies, oh yeah, I know I'm onto something. Oh, I know that eventually you'll come around. I'm wearing you down.
All right, y'all. Good evening. You are tuned in to Malik's Truth. It is the hour, the 7 o'clock hour of truth power. We don't lie on my show. On my show is where we tell the truth. So get ready to be honest. I want to thank everybody involved in making this happen. First, I want to thank God for allowing me the creative mind to be able to put this together. I want to thank my brother, your brother, who I call the producer extraordinaire, Nate Trail. Thank you very much for allowing this platform and allowing Malik's Truth to come to fruition. I want to thank my home girl, Shannon the Queen, who'll be joining me a little bit later on in the show, who'll be giving her truth about the topic that I'm going to speak about. And tonight's topic is a topic that, let me tell you, this topic is hot because we have a lot of single mothers out there with young men. And these young men, some are turning out great, some are not great, which brings the topic to, can a woman raise that boy to be the man he should be? Can a woman raise a man? That is the question. That is the topic of tonight's show. Malik's truth is my truth. Comes from my experiences and my observations. So you can subscribe to them or not. But either way it goes, my truths are going to help you tell your truths. And that's the purpose of Malik's Truth radio show. So let's get into it. Everybody tuned in tonight, I want you to share. I want you to like. I want you to subscribe to BU Radio. I want you to go to Shannon's page, Shannon the Queen, and subscribe to her page and go buy her attire. She is a single mother. And as a matter of fact, let me just say, she is a mother that happens to be single who is raising a man. And we're going to get into her story in the second half. So I want you to continue to stay tuned into that. The topic is really deep because what we're dealing with is a system that has a lot of our young men in prison, dying. And the percentages say that a lot of these young men come from single family homes. And when they come from the single family homes, a lot of the blame is placed on the woman because they're saying that this woman isn't raising that child right. But let me tell you one thing, brothers out there, and I know you're watching, we have to step up to the plate. Why do we have to step up to the plate, brothers? Because the females aren't supposed to be taking our role. We are deemed as the protector, the provider, the strength of the household. The woman is the nurturer, the backbone, the one who supports everything that a man does. And when we roll out men, we force her to take on our role. That is not how it's supposed to be, y'all. So what we want to do in this show is we want to say to the ladies, thank you for taking the role that many men have abandoned and doing a damn good job at it. Because let me tell you, our former President Obama was raised by a mother who happened to be single, and she did a damn good job at it. Can a woman raise a man? There are a lot of
folks out there that say that a woman can't raise a man because she's not a man. And there is many aspects to that man. There is many definitions, many perceptions that are created around what becomes a man. If you look at cultures in and of itself have different definitions of what a man is. And then they take it further and say manhood. So when we say man, man is a gender. So can a woman raise a gender? She did it for 9 months. She bore that gender within her. Can a woman raise a man? When we look at that gender, we know that that gender comes with some things. It comes with one of the things that a lot of men hold dear, near, and true that kind of symbolizes them being a man, and that's that thing dangling between your legs. And many men believe that that is what makes them a man. Physically, you're right, my brother. But intellectually, characteristically, mentally, you got it twisted. Malik's truth, I'm about to bring it to you. Can a woman raise a man? When we look at that as it relates to the scene of dating, my book, The Design Dating Purpose, talks about family values and socialization in my discovery process chapter. And I talk about family values encompasses who played or plays the role, whether it be minor or significant, in an individual's socialization. Some households come from a dual parent, and some households come from a single parent. Some households come from a biological mother and father, and some households come from a biological mother and maybe a stepfather, or a biological father and a stepmother. But as we are on women, we're talking about the biological mother and maybe a stepfather. And in some cases today, a stepmother because of the alternative lifestyle. But that's a different story. But just because of that alternative lifestyle, does that make her less? Those are some questions. Can a woman raise a man? Let's look at man as characteristics. Man in his characteristics, protector. A man is deemed in a role to be a protector. When a woman is forced to raise a man child, I have seen many women go and fight tooth and nail for that man child. Somebody bother that child, the animal in her is coming out. She could be the sweetest thing in the world, but let somebody bother her child. Isn't that protecting? Can a woman raise a man? Protecting the child is giving that child shelter, instilling in that child certain values and ideals that is going to protect that child from trouble, from himself, and things outside of himself. There are women that have done it and are doing it today. They have instilled in that male child certain values and morals and ideals that have helped that male child to maneuver out of trouble, to spot trouble, and get away from it because of what mama told him. Can a woman raise a man? She has done that by sheer virtue of giving him what he needs. She protected him in that manner. Let's look at another characteristic. Provider. A man is supposed to be a provider, right? So, the man has removed himself from that family unit for whatever reason. And that has forced that woman to move into the role in which he abandoned as one who provides. I know many women that are single who have raised broods of young men, not just one, but two, not just two, but three, but four, but five men, and have instilled in them a sense of hard work ethic. Because mama said, I know that food stamps are available to me. I know that welfare programs are available to me. But I dare not use that, because I'm going to use the strength and the gifts that God gave me, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to get it. Let me tell you why she did that, fellas. She did that so she didn't teach that man child how to be dependent, but to be independent. Can a woman raise a man? When she goes out there and starts filing applications online, going to interviews, getting no's until she gets a yes, coming home with tired feet, a tired, weary mind from getting turned down when she knows she was qualified for that position, and her children see the anguish of defeat on her face. She goes and she does it again another day. Can a woman raise a man? She does that to show him what perseverance is. She does that to show him what not giving up is. And when she gets that job, fellas, ladies, when she gets that job, she goes home with a different energy, in a different feel, in a different look, and that child sees that on her face. And he knows that mama gained victory today when he was so used to seeing defeat on her face. He sees victory today. Can a woman raise a man? She just taught that man child through her actions how not to give up, how to press through and believe in yourself. And as our sister Lynn Jazame says in her book, she taught him how to bet on himself and to win. When she was going out constantly and not giving up, pounding the pavement, pounding that computer, going to those interviews and getting turned down, she was teaching him how to roll the dice until that dice turned in his favor. Can a woman raise a man? Ladies, don't get it twisted. We need one another. You need a man needs you. But when that moment of survival comes in, when he abandons his position, it is up to you to take his position and work it well. Can a woman raise a man? Let's get to that point where a man is supposed to be a nurturer. When a man abandons his post, a woman is already instinctively created to be just that, a nurturer. When that young man comes home from being bullied by maybe a teacher or his peer, or maybe he has some idea in his mind that he wants to try to achieve but doesn't quite believe in himself, she's going to take him by his hand and she's going to tell him, baby, tell me all about it. And after he emotes and shares with her what his doubts are, she's going to put in his mind, baby, you can do it. If you put your mind to it, can a woman raise a man? It is highly possible. And not just possible, it is inevitable in today's society, because what some of us men have done to the institution of family, and that has abandoned it to live our own lives and be unaccountable for that in whom we created. I want to encourage you sisters out there that are doing your thing. You're not being a man, you're being a woman, you're being a mother, you're being responsible, you're being loving. And this is what it's all about. So when someone asks me the question, can a woman raise a man? I most assuredly must say yes. Now, brothers, that don't mean that you stay away, because guess what? Everything that that woman taught that male child, it is our responsibility to now model that. Because when he sees you, he is expecting to see everything that mama taught him that a man should be. Therefore, when you have a woman that just happens to be a single mother who has a man child and another man she invites in his life, guess what? He gonna be looking for in that man everything that mama taught him. So if that man don't want to work, you better move out the way, because he gonna force you out the way, because you do not represent that which mama taught him. Can a woman raise a man? If you ain't treating mama right, with love and kindness, and going out there maybe opening the door, taking out the trash, fixing the car, doing the manly things that mama taught him that a man is supposed to do, you better watch out, because he ain't gonna be looking at you with the respect that you think you deserve, because you don't exemplify everything that mama taught him a man should be. Can a woman raise a man? I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all marinate on that for a little bit, and I'm gonna take a little short break, and I'm gonna come back with my girl, your girl, my sister, your sister, Shannon the Queen. So I want y'all to stay tuned. We're gonna take just a little break. Stay tuned. Share this with your friends. Call in. Use that calling number. Write your comments.
Jimmy got the sauce, boy. Young Dizzle. The Glock about to knock him off just like the COVID. Fucked on that bitch cause she came with the ocean. We got them keys and we put them in motion. Came from the hood so a nigga be focused. These niggas are person, they popping on Molly. Fucked on that beat cause the hoe was a thotty. I put down the drum and I bust with the shotty. I'm trying to get imps, nigga, this ain't a hobby. If I bust at the ops, I'ma shoot through the armor. My niggas is streets and they came from the gutter. These niggas be broken, they acting like suckers. I just popped on some pills and a nigga can't function. I just hit the weed, now a nigga on high. Just pop the perk, now a nigga can't drive. I stay with the choppers, my niggas gon' slide. My niggas stay in the street with the pies. The furrows. I in the streets and the nigga be toting. Fucked on the hoe cause the beat with the coating. Nigga, my racks in my pockets are swollen. Y'all niggas know that a nigga be holding. These niggas acting like they was some thugs. Most of these niggas be snitching with bug. Most of these niggas ain't selling no drugs. I'm a project baby nigga right out the mud. All of my niggas be smoking on gas. Fuck that little bitch cause a pussy was trash. My niggas stay in the street with the glass. Y'all niggas talking, we right on your ass. These niggas capping, these niggas gon' lie. I'm in the streets and I'm moving in pies. The Glock about to knock him off just like the COVID. Fucked on that beat cause she came with the ocean. We got them keys and we put them in motion. Came from the hood so a nigga be focused. These niggas are person, they popping on Molly. Fucked on that beat cause the hoe was a thotty. I put down the drum and I bust with the shotty. I'm trying to get imps, nigga, this ain't a hobby. If I bust at the ops, I'ma shoot through the armor. My niggas is streets and they came from the gutter. These niggas be broken, they acting like suckers. I just popped on some pills and a nigga can't function. I just hit the weed, now a nigga on high. Just pop the perk, now a nigga can't drive. I stay with the choppers, my niggas gon' slide. My niggas stay in the street with the pies.
What's good, y'all? Thank you. Thank you for continuing to tune in to Malik's Truth. I am the author of the best-selling book, The Design Dating Purpose. If you haven't gotten your copy, you better go on and get it. I got a lot of wisdom in this book, a lot of guidance in this book, things that's going to help you discover some hurt areas in your life, find them, fix them, and move forward in victory. Tonight's topic is, can a woman raise a man? This is the hottest topic because we got a lot of single women out there who have been forced into the role that many men abandoned, and they're doing their thing, fellas. Let me tell you this. I said a little earlier in the show that we had a president who was raised by a woman who happened to be single. And need I say more? I just said we had a president. Okay? So she did well. He knew his father, and he had a great relationship with his father. But his father was yet absent because he was in another country. But I'm pretty sure they stayed in touch, but I'm pretty sure that everything that his mother taught him about being a man, his father exemplified, and which made him much stronger. Let me tell you, ladies, do not think for a second that just because you are raising that man, child, that he doesn't need a father figure. If the sperm donor fails to be in his life, then you ask God to send him a male figure that is going to exemplify everything that God gave you to teach him. Because these things strengthen the man. They give him more strength and more power within his manhood. Because everything that you taught him was right. Now it's time for that figure to solidify everything that you taught him so that he can see it for himself. And let me tell you, ladies, don't think for a minute that the strength that that male child shows you in front of you, that child is seeing some things and thinking some things that he may not be talking to you about. So I want you to make sure that you hug that male child tonight. And I want you to make sure that you tell that male child that you love him and you believe in him and that you want him to be the best man that he can be. Because one day he may tell you that he saw his friend with his daddy and seen his friend with his daddy having a great time, and he sure would love to have that for himself. Don't think for a moment that when they finish playing their PlayStation and having their good times with you, that they don't have those midnight hour moments where they wish that they can get that hug from that man that is his daddy and hear that "I love you, son" from that male voice Men, stop it. Stop playing around. The world does not revolve around your penis. When you bring a child into this world, especially a man child, he is depending on you to teach him how to be a king. He is dependent on you to see your life exemplify that which is supposed to be a king. He needs you, fellas. Our men, children need us, fellas. So this right now has now become a call to action. Men, if you're watching right now, I'm speaking to you. If you got issues with your baby's mother, rectify those issues, take it to court, do whatever you got to do to be in that male child's life. He needs you. I want to thank you for tuning in. This topic is getting to me. But I got a lot of passion about this topic. And I'm going to bring in my guest, Shannon the Queen, who is doing some amazing things with her male child. And I want her to tell you the story.
I appreciate you for letting me be a part of your show. This topic
You're welcome, sister.
is really emotional for me. I'm a single mother raising a son into a man. And I remember nights where I would think myself like, oh, I wonder what my son is thinking in the middle of the night, or do he want his father figure around, or does he feel like he's missing a major part out of his life? Questioning myself as a woman, because I was raised with both of my parents, and I'm grateful for that. So this is fairly new to me, raising a son by myself, and being a single parent and just experiencing it. And I asked him, I say, son, do you feel like half of something is missing out of your world without your father being around? And he looks at me and he say, Mom, you more than enough. But when he looks at me, deep down, I still feel like he's missing his father, but he just doesn't want to express that to me. Or he's trying to be tough about it. And it hurts, knowing that a father is very important, not just in the son life, but in daughter's life as well. That's right. That's why I'm such a strong, independent, caring woman, because I have my father in my life, and my mother. So I could feel where men come from and how they express themselves, because my father was there in my life.
Right.
So when I look at my son, I know he feels that emptiness somewhere, that void that he wants to feel,
Yes.
And although that I am doing an amazing job raising my son into a man, and he give me my props, and he's amazing. He doesn't curse. Well, I haven't heard him curse.
I met him. He seems like a gentle giant.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He opened doors. He take the trash out. He cleans up, and I do my best to teach him what I know.
Yes.
I do my very best to raise him how I would like for a man figure to be in my vision of how I was raised with my father.
Yeah.
So watching my father and watching my brother and watching my uncles and my grandfather, that experience gave me strength to learn my son
Right.
from watching other males.
Oh yeah.
So me being tough on him is tough love. I used to play fight with my son when he was younger.
Right.
And I wanted him to be tough. I didn't want him to be sensitive and weak. But I always told him it's okay to express your feelings. And I went through a stage with him where I told him, like, I can only do the best that I can to raise you up into a man.
Yeah.
And you have to figure out to be a man.
Mm.
You can Google it.
Mm.
You can talk to your grandpa. You can talk to your uncle if you don't feel like you able to talk to me.
Yes. Yes.
You have options.
Yes.
I asked him how do he feel about his dad being absent in his life. He said he feels normal.
Mm.
He feels normal, like he doesn't care. He even have his phone number to call him and call each other, and he doesn't even call him.
Kind of like he's become numb to the idea that he has a father.
He came numb to it,
Mhm.
and I expressed to his father, like, you have your son's phone number. He's old enough. He's 14.
Mm-hmm.
You can talk to him. You don't have to call me.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't call him. He says he can call me because I'm the dad.
I'm the daddy. Mm-hmm.
And I get it, that ego.
Okay.
But in reality, he's your son.
Yes.
He wasn't asked to be here. You probably didn't even want him to be here, but the fact is that he's here
Yes.
and he's alive and he's healthy and he needs you. It's like, be able to be there for your seed, your son, guys. It's important. It's important, but it's absolutely true. I didn't see a lot of single parents raise their sons into a great man. A lot of single parents then raise their son
Talk about it.
into a wealthy man. A lot of single women then raise their sons into being an NBA player. A lot of single mothers then raise their sons to be in the NFL, okay?
That's
A
right.
lot of single mothers then raise their son. Trey Songz, yes, he was raised up by a single mother, him and his brother. You know what I'm saying? He is such a gentleman. I met him in person, very professional man. It's a lot of single women that work hard and not just simple work. I'm talking about hands-on work, doing
right.
work that men are doing out there doing construction
Out there
work.
doing construction work. I see
Okay,
'em. That's
y'all
right.
see them? It's
That's
real
right.
out there.
Police officers?
Police officers wearing
Yeah.
them steel-toe boots. You understand what I'm saying? So, in reality, as long as they say a man, you need a man because they're the provider and the protector, but it's only if he's there. But if he's absent, it's time for mommy to get suited and booted and mommy to go out and go to work. If I have to work 2 jobs to put a meal on the table, to put clothes on my son's back, I'm going to do what I got to do
Come on,
to
Shannon.
make sure that my son is protected. Don't mess with him.
Don't mess with him. And Shannon, we got a caller on the line, I believe.
All right, let's take this
Yeah,
caller.
let's take
'cause
this
I was
call.
getting in, y'all. I was
You was getting in. You was getting in deep.
I was getting in. Okay,
Ooh.
let's get it,
You
caller.
brought some heat for me. Let's hear from this caller. Caller, where you calling from?
Yo, can you hear me?
I can hear you well, sir. Where you calling from?
Oh yeah. I'm out here in Vegas.
You out
I'm
here in
actually,
Vegas? Who are you? Tell the world who you are.
I'm Just B, man, from the Just B show, man. I'm a podcaster as well.
What's going on, Just B?
Hey,
Thank
Just
you.
B.
Oh man, chilling. How y'all feeling?
Oh, we doing great, man. Talk to us about what's your thoughts, sir?
Yeah, man. So the question at hand was, can a woman raise a man? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Well, in my opinion, a woman cannot raise a man. She can raise a boy into an adult.
Okay.
But as far as instilling those things, those certain elements, those values that a man needs, I feel like he needs a real man, you know what I mean, around all the time that can handle that.
Okay.
Now, let me say this.
Yes.
I'm only speaking from my point of view because
sir.
my mother was a single mother raising me.
Okay.
Mhm.
And she did a great mother effing job, you know what I mean? She did her
Right.
thing, and I'm doing well. I'm a business owner, entrepreneur, all that good stuff.
Yes, sir.
Right.
But growing up, becoming a man, there was a lot of things that I lacked that I had to learn from other men, like the
Right.
streets, my friends, their
Right.
parents, and shit like that. So
Yes.
I just really wanted to tap in and say what I said in the
Yeah.
post and be like, yo, fellas, make sure that y'all stay in these children's lives.
Yes,
We
sir.
need y'all.
Yes,
Yeah.
We
sir.
need y'all. It major.
Right.
Yes, sir.
You as important as a woman
Yes,
is.
sir.
Yes.
I appreciate that. Shannon and
Yeah,
I, we
most
we
definitely.
appreciate that comment, sir, and thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, man, keep grinding, keep doing y'all thing. And ladies, keep doing y'all thing with these boys, too.
Salute,
Yes, sir.
bro.
Salute.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Y'all hear that? He pretty much said the same thing that I said. What we want to do is we want to make sure that we give these men a male figure to be able to solidify and model everything that you taught him, ladies.
Right.
It is important. It could be your uncle. It ain't got to be your man. Come on, sisters.
It could be your his uncle, his grandfather. You know what I'm saying? Or it could be just a close friend.
That's right.
Of yours. You know. So it's important, and like he said, it's certain things that we can't teach these boys, these guys, these men. You know, like I don't know how to do an oil change. I'm not good with cars. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things. Engineering. You know, it's a lot of things that us women don't really know. You know. So how can we teach something that we don't know, or how can we teach
Right.
A boy to be a man and we never experienced
And
it?
again, remember we were talking about man as gender and manhood as characteristics. Now we just got finished saying that women are doing these things.
Yes.
So if a woman can change a tire and change the oil, she has now taken on characteristics of that
a
which is
man.
supposed to be a man. So therefore, if his idea of manhood is changing a tire and changing the oil, and that woman know how to do it, well, guess what? She just taught him how to be a man in that aspect.
Yep. Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
A parent is a parent.
Yes.
Okay, and you can't miss what you don't have. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So when I do ask my son, do he miss that? Shout out to my cousin Andre, because that's facts. You can't miss what you don't have. Because I asked my son, do he miss his father? And he tells me no. You know, like, no, stop asking me that. And it's
Right.
like, it's because he never was in his life. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's normal for for me and him to be in
Right.
the house, together.
And it's become that normal because it hasn't been something that he's had in his life. But again, in those midnight hours when he see his friends and people in the park
Right.
hugged up with that male figure,
I guarantee you.
you
he has
guarantee.
things.
Come on, somebody.
Yep.
Hey, call blank. You've been plugging in for a minute, and I can appreciate a lot of things that you're saying. I want to hear from you, Carl.
That's
Call
my cousin, Kevon. Shout out to Andre, my cousin.
I want to hear
call
from
in.
you. Call in. I want to hear from you.
702-279-0115 is right there on the bottom of the screen. Cuzzo, call in. Yes. He was actually raised by his mom as well, but he was fortunate enough to have a father figure, a great father figure in his life, his
Yes.
stepfather. So, that's
And that's
an
right.
honor.
Look at Shaquille O'Neal. Remember how Shaquille O'Neal used to give a lot of props to his stepdad?
Yep.
He ain't give much props to he recognized his real dad, but didn't give much props to him. But he said that his stepdad is the one who taught him how to manifest and exemplify the characteristics of manhood. His mama did a great job, but when that man stepped in his life, he taught discipline. He instilled discipline in Shaquille's life. You see what I'm saying? And so these are the things I want y'all to understand, ladies. It's important that you encourage him and encourage a male figure in his life to be able to solidify everything that you taught him, so that that male figure can be that walking example of manhood for him.
Absolutely.
And everything that mama taught him, he could say, there it is right there.
Yep.
There it is
My
right
son
there.
always say, "Mom, you always right," but he always want to go against me.
Hey,
And
that's called
and
being a teenager.
Yeah, being a teenager, testing me, and then I be telling him, "Yeah, you testing the right one."
Come on now.
But that's just a boy just trying to test his
That's
mother.
all.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
all.
that's for us women to not always baby these boys. Stop
Yes.
babying them. And they say, if you raise a boy and he end up being gay, is that not raising him into a man?
It's still raising him into be a man, because I done seen a lot. Okay, let's put it this way. My brother, I love him so much. I call him my little brother, Jeremy Washington.
Yes.
Homosexual, but let me tell you, successful, and he exemplifies every characteristics of manhood.
Yep.
He is homosexual, but he's more man than I
Yep.
see some of these men knuckleheads in the street.
In these streets, yes. Shout out to Jeremy.
Shout out to you,
Washington.
Jeremy. I love you, man.
Yes, much love. I love them sweet potato pies.
Sweet potato.
too,
Hey,
yes.
girl, I put
The
my order in
banana-
for my sweet potato
banana
pie.
pudding though. I love
Woo.
the banana pudding. Oh my god.
Man, I put my order in for the those new pecan pie cookies. Please, somebody. Jeremy, I love you, bro. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that when we look at man, man is a gender, which is a being, something real. And then manhood are the characteristics. So if we look at it in the form of gender, man, the woman raised him for 9 months before he came into the world.
Right. And another question for you. I've been told that when a woman raises a man, she's raising a beta man.
Explain to them what beta man is.
So a beta man is a man that is sensitive, a man that is not as strong-minded, a man that needs help with a lot of situations, a man that doesn't know qualities enough to be an alpha male. So I don't think so though.
Right. I can't say I quite
I don't
concur
agree
with that
that.
one. Because again, look at Obama. He is intellectually strong, physically strong, mentally strong, and very sensitive. And you know what? When a man is taught to embrace his sensitivity, because bottom line, male and female is made up of both hormones, estrogen and testosterone. It just matters which one is more dominant in you. Because I done seen a lot of women who got much more testosterone than me.
You know, I got a little chin hairs now.
Okay, you. So let me tell y'all folks out there, it is important that we understand and learn those things. Let me tell you, words are powerful. And words, when you understand their meaning, helps you understand the courses in which you should be taking and how you should be understanding a particular thing. So
Right.
again, when we look at how can a woman raise a man as in gender and in manhood, both of them, she is very much capable of doing. Because I met this one sister, Spanish sister, who was able to assess my car better than some men.
Wow.
And I was like, girl, you are the bomb.
Right.
Now, her being homosexual ain't had nothing to do with it. What had everything to do with it is that she seen her uncle working on cars when she was a kid, and she said, Uncle, teach me. Because maybe her dad opposed it, or she didn't have a dad to do that. You feel me? So she clung to her uncle to show her something that would help her identify even with her identity.
Oh, wow.
That was a perspective that she needed because of her identity.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So if we look at manhood as characteristic, she was even taught the characteristics of manhood.
Absolutely.
So
true.
it ain't got nothing to do too much with gender. And these are the things, that's how we be
And
messing
that's why
things
a
up.
parent is a parent. You know
a
what I'm
parent
saying?
is a parent is a parent.
Yep. Parent is a parent.
Because you got a lot of women out there that can't even raise a woman.
And don't even get us wrong, we do need both parents.
Yes, we do.
But if we fall short on one parent, then we have to pick up that other parent's slack, the
Yes,
best
we
to
must.
our ability.
Yes, we must.
You know what I'm saying?
And then let me throw another one at y'all ladies. What good is it to have a no good man around the house who exemplifies absolutely nothing that you taught this man
It's no good.
outside of the fact that he got a big dick and he working it well every night?
It's no good.
But see, now the position now is now you're serving yourself and not the child. We
Or
got to
even
get away from that.
domestic, or even staying in a domestic violence
Staying in a
relationship.
domestic violence
and your
relationship.
kids sitting there watching that happening to you.
Yep.
That's drowning them. That's depression. Kids go through depression seeing their mother getting beat on, especially by just man, period. But you know, a man that's not even his father. You know what I'm
come
saying?
on now.
We got to do better than that. You got to do better than that.
He
Like, for
probably
example,
saying, Mommy, I'd rather have my real daddy around.
Yeah, where's my real dad around? You know, just like, you know, example with Chris Brown. his stepfather raised him, and he was an alcoholic, and he was abusive to his mother. You know what I'm saying? And them traits came off on him, and
Come
that's
on,
why
somebody.
he couldn't hold it together when him and
Ray,
Rihanna
come on,
got
somebody.
into their
Y'all better listen to this.
got into their altercation. So, you know, he had to take time to get counseling and learn himself. You know, that's not who he is. He just seen it growing up. So he figured that is the way to handle it because his mother
Right.
accepted it.
Hey, Shannon, our sister Amber Jones asked the question, why do you think this is such an absence, or why do you think there is such an absence of men in the household?
Different occasions. With me personally, when I was 20 and he was about 18, he was a little younger than me, you know what I'm saying? And his mother had to move back to Mississippi, so he went to Mississippi with his family, you know what I'm saying? So it's different occasions. Some men are scared and not ready for that responsibility and feel like running from it, you know, would be the right thing to do, which is not, you know what I'm saying? Or some men even be like, you know what, I didn't have my father figure, so the hell with it, you know, and be absent. It's all different kind of situations. Some men are just locked up in prison, you know what I'm saying, and can't be there for their child. Some men probably, you know, passed away, God forbid, and now the single mother raising their son.
Yeah.
So it just depends on the situation.
It's so many things.
And it's so many things, and you know, even rape. You know, some women probably got raped and got pregnant, but wanted a child and had the child.
Right.
You know, and just took on that responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Then you got even have your women who like women and get pregnant just from sperm, you know, to have the baby, and
Right.
then the other female end up leaving her, and then she just ends up being a single parent. Let's talk truth. We on Malik's truth,
We on
right?
Malik's truth. We
Okay.
talking truth.
Okay, so we speaking the real. So it's all different kind of reasons why women
Yeah.
fall into that single mother boat.
Absolutely.
You
Sister
know.
Sister Amber, there is no definitive answer to that, because there are so many different variables that we are played with as an American society, not just as an Asiatic society or Caucasian society. This is an American culture that
Right.
teaches absence.
Right.
They taught us absence by removing us from one another during our ancestors' slavery.
Absolutely. And then you got the women who rather live off the government and get the food stamps and get the child support and live that way and get the Section 8 and things like that, to where they don't have no other choice but to put their baby father and be underneath the bus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they want that Section 8 for $7 a month.
That's
that part.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of the man raising
They want
their
to live
child.
welfare fabulous.
Right, you know. So I mean, you got all different type of reasons. You got your side chicks who think they could get pregnant and keep that man.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? But that man told you he didn't want a baby from you, but you
That's
thought
right.
that it would change that man's life. So now you're stuck in that single mother boat.
That's right.
So
But
it's all different type.
That's right.
of
You know,
reasons.
I say I like to put this post on all the time. I say, don't force someone to align with your fantasies.
Right.
Remember, they're your fantasies.
Yeah.
Don't force somebody to come into alignment with what's in your mind and what you think things should be and how they should be. Discover the process of that happening. And when you discover the process of that happening, which I talk in my book, The Design, Date, and Purpose, when you discover that process happening, then you come to a conclusion, something a little bit more definitive, that is either going to align or not going to align with your fantasy. And then you have that choice as a human being, an intelligent human being, to jump ship or to stay in and continue to get hurt. And unfortunately, many men and women stay in and continue to be hurt for whatever justifiable reason they see.
Because I want to do it for the child.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some people stay in relationships because of the babies too, and
Yeah.
that sometimes that could be wrong decisions as well.
Oh, yeah.
So you know, it all plays its part. You know,
And that's a selfish decision because it's really for them.
it's really for
It
them.
ain't for the child.
It's not for the child. You know, and the child sitting there and seeing it, and now he or she being raised up on the mind frame that this is okay to be in this toxic relationship.
Toxicity.
You know,
That's
so
right.
yeah, it's just, I mean, we gotta balance, you guys. We gotta understand. We have to understand. We have to have wisdom, and we have to have knowledge behind parenting.
We
You
do.
know, instead of just being their friends
That's
or
right.
things like that. It's
I mean,
a lot of growth to it.
Lynn Jazanes schooled me on a thing that I had to come into remembrance of, in that a relationship is not always about how, I would not say compatible, or how many things y'all got in common, because commonality doesn't always equal balance. What we have to look for in a relationship is that balance. I don't have to love everything she loves, and she ain't got to love everything I love.
Right.
I ain't got to support everything she do, and she ain't got to support everything I do. But there is a balance there that
Right.
helps us to understand why those things aren't occurring. And then maybe one day I might want to sit down and find out why she really like watching Seinfeld.
Right, understanding. And that's when the
Understanding.
part of understanding comes in. Understanding your spouse is very important. It really
That's
is.
right, and not just a spouse, somebody who you're at the
Yeah.
point of dating and having over and spending quality time with until you come to that point of matrimony.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. So,
And it's all about discovery, y'all. I want to thank my guest,
thank you.
Shannon the Queen. Shannon the Queen, you got a show tonight, right?
Absolutely, you guys. Come on out tonight. It's a show. It's going down. Comedy, okay? I am so happy and excited right now, y'all. I will be featuring, opening up for D.S. Mackey tonight. I don't know if the flyer can be up, but it's on Desert Inn. It's on Desert Inn, you know, and there it goes right there.
There it is right there, y'all. Y'all got to come on down. Hey, I'm coming on down. Look, I got to work in the morning, but you know, sometimes we got to learn how to sacrifice.
That part.
And
I
so I'm going to be
appreciate you.
down there and supporting my sister.
Thank you. I need all the support, you guys,
All the
because the more
support.
support, the more turned up I'm going to get, okay?
Yes. Come on down there so
I
she
like
can make
to have
us all
fun.
laugh.
I like to have y'all laughing, have a good
Yes.
time, get you some drinks in your system.
Yes.
It's going to be some more funny comedians there as well. And your girl, Shannon the Queen, your Vegas female comic, will definitely be in the building, bringing
No
that
doubt.
laughter to your soul, because laughter is medicine, okay?
I had to
So-
jump on real quick, you know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying? Because we talking about the Queen and performing and tonight, and I'm going to be in the building.
Yes.
I don't know about nobody else, man, but I'm going to be in the building every time Shannon the Queen gets on that stage. You know, if I could be there, I'm going to be there because
Definitely.
I already know I'm about to laugh. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what's up, man.
I
I
already
appreciate
know.
your time, for real, because I know you're such a busy man. So
Hey.
just taking the time out to come, you know, support and laugh and all that, man, that's much love. Like, I
Absolutely,
appreciate
absolutely.
y'all.
And I
for
want
real,
to
from the bottom
make
of my
sure
heart.
I want to make sure that everybody goes out there and cop that copy of The Design, Date, and Purpose. There's a lot of wisdom in this book.
Definitely.
This book is
Absolutely.
changing lives, y'all. Come on,
Absolutely.
y'all.
Put that up on the screen right quick. Yeah, there you go.
You can get that book at Amazon.com, or you can cash at me $20 and I will hand deliver a autographed copy to you. You can cash app $ capital T lowercase h-e capital D-E-S-I. How you spell design again?
DESIGN.
DESIGN 2020. Let's say that again.
Yes.
$ capital T lowercase H-E capital D-E-S-I-G-N 2020, and I will hand deliver you an autographed copy of a wonderful, wonderful literary journey.
I definitely got to cop me one. It's coming
No
soon,
doubt.
for sure.
And I've
I got
heard
to pick up my reading.
some good reviews on the book. Some of my close friends here at BU Radio have supported it. And
Yes.
shout out to Misty. I seen her. She posted a picture of her.
Yeah, you coming
know-
through? You coming through, Misty?
Yeah, shout out to her. So big supporter of BU Radio. And so
Misty.
everybody make sure you get a copy of that book, and then make sure that you in the house tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna throw that flyer up one more time
Yeah.
for the Queen. And like I said, me and Malik, we getting ready to jump in one of the, I don't know if he gonna drive or I'm gonna drive.
I got you.
But we getting in one of these cars, and somebody gonna have to drop somebody back off at the studio.
Right.
And
I live over here anyway, so we're going to go ahead and do this.
9 o'clock the show
Absolutely.
start, Amber, at 9
also,
o'clock.
shout out to Just B. He just walked in the studio.
Just
Just
B.
B,
in the
you just
building.
called in, didn't you, bro?
Yeah,
Yep.
doing real big things. You know what I'm saying? Raised by a single mother, and
Yes.
got his own podcast. And I'm talking like he all over the city. People know about him,
That's
doing
what's
big
up.
things. So shout out to him being here.
Hey, I'm going to have him on the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
actually about to try to beat you to the punch, but you.
He
I
own
was
it.
like, he here. As soon as we get
Yeah.
off, I'm gonna ask him to be on the show, but you beat me to the punch. But
That's what's
all
up.
right, but we'll let him come to your show first, then. Since you said it on air. You know?
Oh, okay.
He snuck me. You know what I'm saying? But Malik, you're doing an awesome job, man.
you, sir.
Thank you for being a part of the team. Thank you
you
so
for
much,
having me,
Queen,
sir.
for being a part of the team. You
Yes.
want to close them out real quick?
Oh,
Definitely. Go
yeah.
ahead.
All right, so you have been listening to Malik's Truth. My show is on Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. I want to thank my North Carolina family for joining in. I want to thank my Detroit family for joining in. And I want to definitely thank my Philly family for joining in. Monica, Shelly, Shell, LB, thank y'all so much. I love y'all. Oh, I
Definitely.
can't forget my girl Cinda Williams. Y'all may know Cinda Williams from Mo Better Blues. She played the character, the light skinned character. We call her the light skinned character.
The light skinned it.
Yeah. She played
So
the
that's
light
two
skinned
Ds.
character.
Light skinned it.
So I want to thank my girl Cinda Williams, and
Red
I
bone.
love you so much, girl. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And thank y'all for tuning in and to being a part of this wonderful, wonderful journey that I'm on
Definitely.
you know,
Keep
BU
grinding.
Radio.
We see you. We hear you. Your truth is real, and we understand you, and we appreciate you for your knowledge and bringing it here on BU Radio. You guys.
All right.
Yes. Ooh, this hour went by fast,
All
y'all.
right. Oh,
I
and,
am
for
out.
real, and if y'all have never seen Mo Better Blues, y'all got to see it. It's off the hook. All right, and she plays the character Clark Bittencourt. Mo Better Blues is off the hook. Y'all got to see that.
Peace. I'm
Peace.
Shannon the Queen, your Vegas female comic. Peace. Here with Malik.
She hit my phone up like, bro, we gotta move if you into. I had to tell him for sure. Got a new fit for the venue. Just send me the Addy, I'll come through. I might call a baddie to come to. Don't wanna bring sex to the beach. Don't matter cause she gon' pull some too. Matter of fact, she gon' go call up some friends. We going up, you can call it a sin. We gon' pull up with the drip once again. And when they pull up, they hop out, they all chins. Oh yeah. Now when you arrive, you gotta know that the limit the sky. No sense in hating on me, I'm that guy. Ain't like it's your birthday, it's not a surprise. I'm moving how I'm moving for a reason. She extra bad, I might consider leaving. She asking, I'ma give her what she needin'. Who can play that game? I see you teasing. We going up, pick a fit, and then I'm hopping on the road. Got blue faces in my pockets, tell me where you tryna go. Hit my partners, we get plenty women, and they know the code. Taking chances, the way that she shaking me and her gon' roll. Oh yeah, yeah, get some movie. Pull up at the spot, get to it. Baddies on me now, they choosing. Tell me what you want, let's do it. Yeah, I've been moving with the stick just in case. Best night of a life.